Hey Frank, can you just speak about the power dynamic between the Lakers and the Warriors? The Warriors had that 5 year run making the finals. They seem to be the toast of the league, and the Lakers kind of had a downturn, and now you guys are coming off the championship and have the best record in the league.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of how this league works, right? There's times where a team is clearly on top of the league, like Golden State was for those 5 years. But those dynasties don't always last forever, and at some point, whether it's injuries or trades or free agent like KD leaving or somebody like that, the balance of power shifts. And last year we felt like the West was wide open because of the injuries and KD leaving, and really the whole league was wide open because of all that, and we were able to capitalize on that and win the championship, and obviously we've retooled and come back with a strong team again. But it's just part of what this league is about. There's always a balance of power shift at certain points.
Okay, we're gonna go with Kyle Goo next, please.
Hey Frank, you talked about how um, you like a certain element of randomness in the offense, and based on the stats that we have available to us, it looks like you guys don't lean too heavily in any one sort of frequency of play type. How much of that is sort of coaches consciously being like, hey, we've done a lot of pick and roll, we need to do isolation or whatever, and how much of it is just, do you trust guys like LeBron to just go up the field to kind of mix it up?
Well, I've always empowered my point guards to, call the action, so to speak. Going all the way back to when I was coaching in Indiana, I just think it just empowers your player leadership in that regard, and I'll have the ability to get our guys in certain actions when I see fit, and but the main thing is to play with pace. Play with offensive pace, and if you're playing with pace and you're racing the ball up the floor and you're in attack mode, you're going to find the ball's going to find certain actions randomly. And that's something that we encourage with our system here.
Jordan Richard.
Hey, Coach, you guys have an elite coaching staff, with you, Phil Andy, Jason Kidd, Mike P. Can you just talk about the job you guys have done, with very limited practices, this season?
Well, thank you. And yeah, my coaching staff really does do a great job. They first of all they show up with an impressive resume. When you mentioned the guys you talked about with Lionel Hollins, Jay Kidd, with the head coaching experience and obviously the playing experience as well. Lionel back in the day, and Jay Kidd more recently. Being a Hall of Fame player. Phil Handy's body of work with his days in Cleveland, here with the Lakers, Toronto. He's worked with some of the best players in the league, and brings a lot to the table. And obviously Mike P's got a great reputation around the league. For being a shooting coach, but really being a basketball coach. And I think that's what he's brought to the table here, is not just bringing that shooting dynamic, but really looking at both sides of the ball, the prep work. Miles Simon and Q Crawford also, with less experience, but do a great job with the prep work, with the individual work that we do with our guys pre-post practice. All these guys are contributing and continuing to move the needle without a lot of formal practice time. I do divvy up my film sessions, so that all of their voices are heard, and I want to take advantage of their experience. And those guys, my assistant coaches, have done a great job both last year and this year.
Last question, Eric Williams.
Hey, Coach. How has the way that Dennis can pressure up front set the table for the rest of your defense, and how does that spill over to other guys on the floor when he's playing like that?
Yeah, well, that's it's sort of an identity piece with us, right? We started with Avery last year, having somebody that's going to pick up full court. Alex would do it at times, KCP, and it's something that Dennis does well, and it does it instinctually, and we've encouraged with him with this year's team. But when your defensive point guard is picking up full court, it sets the tone for the whole group. You know, first of all, it slows the other team's offense down. You know, in terms of not getting early initiations, but just the energy of it. You know, lets the four guys behind him. You know that we're fighting on that possession, and Dennis has done a great job of that this year.